Welcome back to Lightyear Frontier. This is Weeza. We are going to continue on with our adventure of exploring this crazy little planet and continuing to feed some of the colonies that are on remote planets here. So let's get right into it. In our last episode, we bit off more than we could chew, and several times we have faced grave danger. Yeah, with the cyclone and then with the fallen rocks. So that was an interesting thing to discover, quite frankly. I didn't know that there was that much danger on this planet, which is really cool. So what we need to do is go through some of the inventory that we accumulated in the last episode, because we actually found some pretty good stuff. We just need to get it out of our inventory and go ahead and start focusing on some upgrades. One thing I've done immediately was come over to start extracting some honey bottle seeds and some loom bloom seeds. I don't know what they're going to be used for, but they were kind of off into more of a distant area, so I assume they're going to be something that potentially could be for late game or whatever else. But even if not, we could sell the products, the byproducts, so we could go ahead and start growing some of those plants to harvest them at another time. Not a waste of time for sure. I'm going to continue to load up some of these seed extractors just to go ahead and get as many seeds as we can get. Everything's going pretty well, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of some of these crops so we can go ahead and replant them while it's raining, so I don't have to worry too much about watering the soil. So I'm going to get to this real quick, and we will be back in just a moment. All right, so it's another day, and it is luckily still raining. Oh my God, there's a... What? Does that thing just randomly show up around the map? And how did I miss that? I'm looking in that direction and I didn't even notice it. Wow, that's kind of wild. And, well, supposedly we can't be attacked or whatever in this little force field, so hopefully that is true. I'm wondering if that's going to start just acting it more and more. That is a really cool graphic, though. Why they did that animation's nice. So, what we are doing, I have planted every seed that we acquired the other day after extracting all of them from the polyberry we already had. But these things over here, I believe, the honey bottle and the loam bloom. So hopefully they are going to harvest a high yield. That'd be pretty damn cool. I'm really curious about that. I think it's just a weather event. I don't know if it's technology based. Guess we'll find out. Probably just weather. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and continue to harvest some of these things, get some of these seeds back in the ground as we extract them. The only thing I've got left to extract currently that I'm just keeping a surplus of is wheat, because it grows quickly. It's only one day to harvest. I'm expecting these seeds over here in the back, the loam bloom and the other thing here, the honey bottle, to probably be more than 2-day cycle. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case, because it looks like they can sell for a decent amount. We can get some good products manufactured from them. Well, let's see what it's going to take for us to get on with our next mission. We need some copper wire. Luckily, we have a lot of copper now, and we know where to get it. So I have been busy with planting as much as I can. It is now another day, and it's been raining again, which is fantastic. So I ended up planting loom bloom and the honey bottle. Extracted all the seeds that I could out of all the few plants that we were able to acquire the other day. So that is good. We're gonna go ahead and fill up this wheat field here and start working on sending out some more resources. We've got one more delivery to do to unlock the next challenge, because I'm trying to get to the Trailblazer upgrade as fast as possible, which will help convert my mech into a drivable vehicle. I guess that's the best way to describe it. But it's gonna be the easiest way for us to get around this planet, because otherwise it's gonna be quite a bit of a chore. And that update happened because of user feedback. So I can appreciate that the devs ended up changing that and updating it, because people were actually quite annoyed with how long it takes to get anywhere. And, that's one of my complaints with games too. It's like, why are you forcing me to play this game longer just to traverse a map? And which is no fun for anyone. That should be, hopefully, I don't know when we're gonna unlock that. But let's go ahead and get some copper, and we can go ahead and do some of these upgrades and deliveries. Let's go ahead and make 60 copper. I mean, we're going to use this for the next several... Where did it go? Okay. I automatically picked it up. Yeah, we're going to use a lot of copper for the next several deliveries anyway. So we might as well try to knock some of these out as quickly as possible. which would be good. This is 250. We've got that for sure. Easily got the 2 copper, the wire. Okay, delivery launch started. Okay, so it's interesting because it's going to take quite a bit of time for all those animations to cycle through for us to watch all these and deliver everything. So luckily it's a cool animation. All right, power limit increased. We've got the flower press, outhouse, dartboard, coffee table, and looks like decorative items, but I know we've got some mech upgrades as well. See if it's gonna show those. Yeah, some paints, blah, blah, blah. It'd be faster to just come over here. So we ended up getting, yeah, these, the thrust booster. I don't know what the thruster booster is. Tool range, tool speed, armor up. So that's nice. I'm wondering how much of a difference it's gonna take for those falling rocks, because those killed me in one hit. So, okay, we've got different decorations. What? Okay, so seed shooter lock on and water tank capacity. So this is like general farming stuff upgrades, which that's not a bad thing. So we need to deliver 5 more. Okay, I don't even know what this is. It looks like a product that we're gonna be making. We should be able to do this one too. Nice, excellent. What? Oh, whatever. Because I miskeyed that. No problem. Yeah, unfortunately I can't like load up the next one while this is working out or while this is loading. This is cool though. Going to, yeah, I thought it was pointing at that planet over there. Guess it's not. Oh well. Some more power limit increase. Yeah, and okay, we've got some rabbage. We can at least send this one on. We should be able to do 2 or 3 of these. If it's on the same cycle as the other one, it's 10, and then what, 50, and then 250 with some copper wire or something like that. And then 500 with that frame looking thing. So that's not too bad. Well, at least some of these colonies we'll be able to eat today. I mean, we may not, but whatever. Yeah, hopefully we will be able to get some mutated ravage. I suspect we will, because we've got quite a bit growing over here. Yeah, all of this is ravage. And I think I'm going to end up needing to expand the farm quite a bit. I might merge some of these beds and just have like very large beds once we upgrade the, what's it called? Our base area, that little force field thing. And we can extend the farm beds out as much as possible, because it looks like we're going to need, just quite a bit of stuff, quite frankly. Okay, oops. Excellent. So I think we need 1 more for that next up. Oh my God, that was amazing. That was cool. I like how they kind of allowed that to happen with the collision. That was pretty funny. Keep that in mind, that your cannon will totally topple you over. Yeah, I don't think we have enough for this. No, we don't. Yeah, I think that's possibly all we can do for now. Luckily, the Loom Bloom and the honey bottle will be able to be done tomorrow. I could go ahead and sleep and fast forward that, so that's good. Yep, that's all we can do. I guess I can go ahead and load the polyberry. Get rid of it from my inventory, I'm hoping, because it's taking up a lot of space and a lot of weight in our crates. So yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. Yeah, I've run a lot faster, especially in this view. It can be a little taxing trying to not slide around. It feels like I'm sliding around more often. Okay, let's go ahead and go to sleep and we'll progress the day. And I think this is going to be, yes, this would be the second full day for our crops, for the polyberry, not the polyberry. Well, yes, the polyberry, but these new ones, these over here. Yep, it looks like they're gonna take 3 days to grow, or at least 3 days, I should say. Okay, good, we've got a lot of mutated rabbage. It's all mutated. Well, that's good. We can go ahead and harvest that real quick and start getting that out the door. Yeah, this is where you want to be careful and not hit your other yield over there that takes 3 days to plant and grow and harvest, I guess, because that would just kind of suck that you'd lose 2 days off of that. But at least it's raining again. That's a really nice thing. So we can get some seeds in the ground again and not have to worry about watering. Okay, so everything has been planted. So tomorrow, I believe, we're going to have the Loom Bloom and the honey bottle done, and then 2 days later, the polyberry and the ravage, and then wheat and everything else. I just got excess seeds whenever they were generated to go ahead and plant back there. So what we're going to do now is follow the quest line. We need to go get a color flower. I know I found one the other day, but it clearly didn't, register in the quest line. So we're going to go ahead and do that and build the flower press. So I guess I can do that now, I imagine. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is going to... I assume it's going to be getting some dye and whatever. to color things, which if it's mainly cosmetic, I really don't care about it. Yeah, it's just for paints. Now, there are times that I do enjoy doing that kind of stuff in games, but for this type of playthrough, I'm not really focusing on that. All right, so if I remember correctly, the color flower is over in this area right here. So let's run back up this little hill here. We've got, I think, everything that we need to survive this little escapade. Oh, well, except to run into a freaking tree. Sometimes you turn fairly quickly, and sometimes you don't. So that was kind of one of the things there. It's like, you know, I was expecting to be able to dodge that tree a little bit better. But oh well, these things happen. One interesting thing to note is this is the second time I've gone up this little path, and now there's actually quite a lot of these energy stones here. I've now found 3 of them on the short, well, going that far. So when I was here, I guess in the last episode, there weren't that many of them. Well, there wasn't a single one all the way up here. I ended up having to find it, I believe, in this next little valley here. But that's okay. It's a random spawn, though, which really is the takeaway from what I was just saying. So I might have to Google when the Trailblazer upgrade is available, how much farther it's going to be, because ideally it's beneficial to build bases in other locations for like the various types of things you can farm. I mean, you can only teleport back to your base once per day, but sadly I did find out earlier that you cannot teleport between bases. But that's what the Trailblazer upgrade is for you to, you know, turn your mech into a vehicle, like a wheeled vehicle, and you can supposedly drive around pretty quick. But yeah, I can't remember where color flower is. I know it was on the way to this because it was the only place we'd gone. Let's see if I can find some. You know, I have one in my inventory. I should have tried to at least pick it up from my inventory to see if it would activate that quest and complete it. It might have. Well, while we're here, we can go ahead and get this red rock, red crystal, which breaks down into crystal dust. Not sure what we're going to be doing with that, but we'll find out. Well, I was just taking a look at the map, and I have not gone like directly north here. And it looks like there is a way to get up there, but there may not be. It's weird. Oh, my tool's broken. It wasn't just a minute ago, and for some reason I couldn't use it. Well, that's okay. I can just go ahead and repair it real quick. We're already going through a lot of these. So I am going to hop over here. We haven't been over here to this area just yet, which is right up on this little landing. There is, it looks like copper up there and obviously some stone. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mine some of this copper and repair my mech completely, and also get some more repair kits in stock. Got some small red crystal. Maybe that's what I was looking at. Oh, great. Another avalanche. Yeesh. And these things they do a lot of damage. Oh, that one's coming right for me. No! Let me hide behind this. Better than nothing, I guess. I'm wondering if that avalanche is triggered only one time as you enter into an area, a new area, because I haven't seen it happen any of the other times we visited an area for the second time. So it looks like there's something back here, probably another avalanche, and that would not surprise me one bit, especially this little path we're walking up will be perfect for rocks to just fall down right on my head. Yeah, okay, this looks like just the area for harvesting the red crystal, which I guess we could go ahead and get it while we're here. So I was noticing a moment ago that copper has pretty much been mingled in with all of the other things that we've been able to harvest. You know, like tin deposits, silver, and everything else. It was all over the place. So since we came across that little river, I have not seen copper at all, which I'm only bringing this up because it's kind of interesting because it's been everywhere. Well, like it's all right down there. All that's copper. Okay, well, we've harvested all of the red crystal in that beginning area, but it looked like there was something up here, like at the very top up there, like there's some kind of mound. Let's see if we can get up there. Surely we can. I mean, we might fall on our face in the process, but that's okay. Yeah, there's something crazy up here. It looks like, yeah, a hive of some kind. What's gonna come out of this? I'm not real sure. Let's see if I can water it or suck anything up. Well, water doesn't do anything. We might need a new tool. Who knows? Oh yeah, we didn't swipe it. Doesn't do anything either. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. You think this is an easy way down? I'm gonna try it. It's probably stupid, but I don't know. Seems like a good idea for an idiot. Actually, I think this could be fairly safe. Yeah, this looks like it will work okay. Well, now that I'm stuck, never mind. Okay, here we go. Slide down. Yay. Nice. So I just slid down the thing. That was kind of cool. Okay, I hear something. Oh, It's that big dragon thing. Oh, there it is. I don't know how I missed that. Come on, drop that egg right on my head, please. Let's see if we can watch it better. Or is it going to drop it on this mountain here behind me? If so, I don't think I can get that. Wouldn't surprise me if that's what it does. Oh, there it is. It's going to be, I guess, in front of me. Well, let's go get that egg for sure. Get some more copper on the way, hopefully. Yeah, that's a lot of copper down there. I'll go ahead and mine this copper while that thing's falling to the ground. Go ahead and build a workbench and repair myself real quick. I've spent some time, harvesting this copper and everything else. And up right at the very top of the screen, you can see that little glowing thing. It has not even come close to hitting the ground yet. And I've harvested all the copper. I've repaired the mech. And now I've deconstructed everything. So we're just going to, I guess, press on. I'm not sure what is the deal with that and how long it's going to take. So that is a variable I cannot even estimate now, is how long it takes for those eggs to hit the ground and how long it takes for me to get stuck in a tree. Well, we've got some carrot. Interesting. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, well, new seeds and whatever else. We can go ahead and start extracting seeds from these things and start that process. Kind of cool. Finding new things. What is this? Is just a bush. Okay. Yeah, the look of some of these plants is kind of cool. Of course. How could I forget? Really? I may be wrong in assuming this, but copper is quite abundant. So I'm assuming whenever we upgrade our repair kits, because it currently has a basic repair kit that we can use. I'm assuming there's going to be advanced or whatever else, upgraded, blah, blah, blah. I'm wondering if it's just going to take multiple pieces of copper at that point to make them. I hope it does. And I'm kind of suspecting that because of how much copper is available. Seems like a logical way of looking at it from my point of view, but so I've made it back to that area where all the, what is it, the toxic, whatever, the red stuff that's on the ground over here. I can never remember what it's called. Yeah, those things suck. Okay. Anyway, if I remember correctly, let's see here, when we first walked into this area, we came in, from this side. When we first walked in, I could swear I had the color flower right when we walked down here. Let me just do some exploring here because I do believe it's around here somewhere. Okay, keep in mind that toxic stuff here, the noxious slime, will hurt you if you step on it, which kind of makes sense. And while I'm walking through here, I might as well start clearing it up because we're going to have to anyway. So it certainly won't hurt to just go ahead and start doing it now. So it looks like I'm going to have to clear 50 of these. Actually, I think that might be one right over here that we're looking for. Yeah, that thing right over there. Maybe. Yes, yellow color flower. So that's good. We actually found that fairly easily. It just took a little bit of time to get over here. Might as well get all of them while they're all sitting here. So the only color I've found so far is the yellow color flower in this particular area. I'm wondering if that is a biome specific color trait, which seems like it would be at this point. Yeah, I'm not sure what's over here. It looks like tin, I guess. I don't know what this is. Iron? Yeah, it's iron. I don't have much iron at all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get quite a bit of this. And one unfortunate thing is we need to upgrade our storage capacity for our base because the weight limit is not very high. So unfortunately we have to either make a lot more storage bins or upgrade the capacity so we can make fewer storage bins with, to hold more capacity. But they don't go up in capacity too much. I think it's 50 per level, which is, a decent amount, but have to explore that. Oh, I'm over encumbered. I did not realize that. I did not get a message this time, so, well, that kind of sucks. Go ahead and get rid of some of these things here. And wow, still 9 pounds. Okay, well, we found what we needed. We're going to go ahead and teleport back to the base. So we can go ahead and get our harvesting done, check on some things over here, and send up our latest food support. Okay, this thing hasn't grown at all. And now everything's dry, of course, because it's been a full day since then, but okay. I could swear that was 3 days on those already. I guess I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty convinced I'm correct on that. Maybe it's 4 days for those things to grow. Yeah, all of our storage containers are full, so we can't really get anything else in them. Our current little side objective is to create any paint in this flower press, so it takes a minute, no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and process these seeds that we found along the way so we can go ahead and get more of them in the long run. So I just picked up the paint bucket that I just manufactured, and it says use paint bucket or paint gun to paint a construct. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess that's it. Let's see. Okay. Is that it? I guess that's it. So I was painting it yellow, but it's nighttime. So let's see. That's not yellow. I think I'm highlighting it though. I don't think it's, okay, there. Yes, it is yellow. Well, that's great. Now I've got one piece of yellow wall. I guess I'm gonna see if I can deconstruct that and put it back. And hopefully it will not be yellow anymore. I don't want one yellow wall. That'd be kind of weird. Unless you're into that kind of thing. Which, you know, whatever. You do you. Oh, good. So that's back to normal. And I guess I'm not gonna be using these posts. What I was trying to do when I was doing this is to extend that roof and make the roof longer, but then I was realizing that I couldn't get my mech in there to get my storage if the roof is in the way. So I ended up nixing that. Now, granted, I could just have storage on like one side of the thing and not have the roof over there, yada, yada. But the problem is I think that the storage is gonna get a little out of hand. So we're gonna need a lot more of the storage bins because we're already, every one of these is completely maxed at this point. So might as well just go ahead and build some more. The good thing is we can, okay, this is 150, this is 120. The good thing, oh, that's softwood. That's why I didn't want to get rid of that the other day. That stinks. Anyway, what I was about to say is luckily we get all of the resources back whenever we deconstruct it. So that's not a complete lost cause, but unfortunately, as you see, like this one takes hardwood, this one takes softwood, this is just wood. So every one of these takes a different type of material. And I'm wondering how this is going to end up like progressing, since this looks like this is mainly, yeah, the storage section. So if it's going up 50 per, it's not 50 per, never mind. And why am I not building these? This is 250 units per. I thought it was increasing as you went down, but it is not. So the barrel is hardwood. So let's just go ahead and make some of these. I don't know what the heck I was doing with the other ones, but whatever. Okay, let me go ahead and reorganize all this and I'll get back to you. Okay, I think day 26 is upon us, and let's go check to see what's happening with these. Oh, I forgot to water them yesterday. That's right. Oops. Well, I'm going to do that in just a minute. But what I have done is created all these barrels, which is going to give us a heck of a lot more storage. It's now 250, which I can't believe I totally missed that earlier. So on the first one, I'm going to go ahead and put all the crops that we are harvesting in this, since that's what we're going to end up focusing on primarily. I think that's going to be a good way of organizing this. This last one can be just paint and bowl. Anything that's in a bucket, I guess. Makes sense. We're going to fill up these ores, these first couple with ore, because it's going to take a lot of ore to like play this game. I've kind of figured that out already, which I'm sure you have too. So any of the, any of the manufactured stuff can go in here. Maybe the first two is ore, and then this one is manufactured stuff. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know. Whatever. So this is kind of annoying. So if you see over there, that is where the last egg dropped. And I was literally standing right over there next to it. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. And I very much believe that that is not intended gameplay. That it's some kind of like coding error or glitch or whatever else for whenever it doesn't hit the ground within a full day, because I was actually over there for longer than one day and it never hit the ground. So, or at least the marker didn't show up. So that's kind of weird. Not really sure what's going on with that. It is a bit annoying though, because now I have to go all the way back over there to get that egg when I was standing right next to it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that there was a roller, like a tiller or something like that we could do for our mech so we can like cultivate land much faster. It does look like we've got some other upgrades, which we did unlock a few minutes ago. An uncovered left arm. Okay, this is just, okay. Looks like they're just customization. Okay, field harvester. Tractor type transform mode designed to harvest crops. This is what we were looking for. What does this take? Oh, it takes the nickel. I still haven't found nickel again. I think there's one right over by the river's edge, but I think that's the only one we've seen so far. Oh darn, I just created this and didn't know what it was for. It increases the mech's jump duration by 5 seconds. Okay, well, you needed that anyway. That's cool. Tool range. See, the thing is with this would be probably good, but I'm afraid that like the sweeping thing, we couldn't do it anyway. It requires nickel. It's gonna be a problem because whenever I'm harvesting some of the plants, I don't want to pull up seeds on something that's going to take 3 days when I'm trying to harvest, wheat, when it takes, no time at all. I'm going to go ahead and get another carry capacity. Might get 2. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get 2. we'll see how that works out. Okay, let's see if we can go ahead and upgrade everything. We should have just well, the engine, I think that, oh, this is kind of unfortunate because carry capacity is only on arms, legs, and engine. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, we can get the arm. Oh, this underarm frame has 2 upgrades. This is kind of cool. Excellent. So what we could do, actually, I like how they're doing this. This is kind of cool. What we can do is change both of these arms. Wait, did I not do the other arm? I guess I didn't. I've got underframe arm left, and we do not have underframe arm right, which we need more polyberry oil, which that's easy to do. Let's go ahead and make some of that. So then we can change our arms out so we can put more mods on them so we can get a lot more stuff, which that's going to be really great. Well, this is going to take forever for that to process. But in the meantime, I can look at all these upgrades and see what we can do with this, because I think we can upgrade our mech quite a lot right now with these mods, because we could put, for instance, we could take one of them off of the engine that we currently have, and we could put the thrust on there, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's already there. Not really a big deal. Yeah, because this can only go on the legs and the engine. Can I upgrade the legs? I think I can. Yeah, underframe legs has 2 mod slots. Windshield has 2 mod slots. The engine, 2 mod slots. So this is good. We can just go ahead and upgrade the entire mech and get a lot more of these things on here. And then after this, I'm going to go explore for some nickel. So I'm going to go ahead and spend some grind time here waiting for the polyberry oil to manufacture. You know what? No. While we're waiting on that, we can do other things. No sense in waiting around. What we're going to do, though, is get that carry capacity back on here. I forgot to put it back on here. Yeah, this one. Let's go ahead and modify this. Did we not create these yet? I thought we did. Actually, I know we did. I'm just losing my mind over here. Okay, that's sprint speed, carry capacity. I thought I already created another one. There it is. Weird. Okay, perfect. I'm pushing the button and it's just not doing anything. That's why I'm like getting a bit frustrated over here, because it's like you got one job to do. Just do it. I'm curious if we put these things on here, and because you've got the option to recycle or modify. See, that's the thing. It's like I can't do anything. If I recycle it, I think it's going to get rid of the sprint speed and destroy it, and I don't want to do that. I certainly don't want to test it yet. Vintage taxi arm left. Am I not doing that? What? Oh, that's kind of cool. Look at that. You see the wiring and everything else. That's cool. Let's stick with the taxi for now. We can do some customization later. Let's go see if we can find some nickel so we can get on to these upgrades. Oh, look. It's like I've got a little backpack on now. That's kind of cool. Okay, I could swear that there was nickel right over in this little area here. We found some, I think it was, well, I guess the second episode, but right at the very beginning of it. Yeah, we haven't been over in this area anyway, really, other than this immediate spot right here. But yeah, I could swear we found some nickel over here. It's like right there on that wall. Is that nickel? Sure. Let's find out. Looks like nickel to me. Yup. Nice. Excellent. Unfortunately, it's just one piece. But I'm thinking that there's going to be a whole bunch of nickel over there, since, you know, this is kind of the start of a new biome. That's how it's worked so far. Oh, wonderful. It's all right next to this water source that will sink me quick. Yeah, so it looks like nickel is going to be a bit of a chore, considering it's always, excuse me, not always, but quite a lot of it has been up in the mountainous hilly area here that it's going to be a bit of a chore to get to. So that's probably going to require more of the upgrades that we don't have yet. But let's see. Well, I guess not. All you have to do is, you know, give it an attempt and not run into a tree, which no promises there. That's my thing I'm the best at. But I think after this little harvesting adventure with the nickel, we will be able to, oh no, dang it. It slid right off that thing. Oops. Let's see if we can get back up there. Yes, we can. So it's fine. Okay, that's funny. I was trying to get back up here, and I was like, as long as I could get my leg to hit it and fall forward, that's really what I was trying to do. And it worked out, thankfully. Yeah, we didn't take any damage on that. Oh, yeah, we did on our arm, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get that repair kit upgrade soon. I'm just assuming that there is one. It seems like there would be. Yeah, that egg is way over there. Man, that kind of stinks. Okay, that's in the area that we were at. Oh well, I'm not really gonna worry about that just yet. Once we get some upgrades underway, I think I might just run over there And I might do it off camera because just to run over there to get an egg is gross. Okay, I don't see any more nickel. There wasn't a whole lot here. Guess there's a piece right there. I'll go get it since I'm already over here. But I don't see any other, which that's kind of bunk. Yeah, I don't know what material this is over here. That does not look like, well, it's definitely not copper. And there's a floating fart bag around it. Oh man, is that copper? It looks different from a distance. Wow, that's a lot of copper. Well, I'll go ahead and harvest some of it because we're gonna need to create some more kits anyway. Repair kits, especially since I'm, you know, just running into danger. But I want to teleport back to base before the end of the night so I don't have to use tomorrow's teleport ability. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. So I could go ahead and teleport back now. I've gotten plenty of copper now. And then we can use tomorrow's teleport to go back to base after I get the egg. So at least make it a little bit less annoying to run back and forth. But I need to, oh man, I need to water these plants real quick. I keep forgetting to do that. So watering is actually very easy. Once you figure out the basic mechanic of it, you can get an entire field with a lot less water than what I was doing initially. Yeah, you just like obviously run across it, but if you do it in a certain pattern and a certain speed, then you can get that entire field plus 2 of these and 1 water tank. I was doing that earlier. So it's actually not too bad. So this is how I've been doing it. It's like I'll get in the middle of 2 of them and just shoot it all the way down and it'll get the entire field. You might miss 1, 2 right here, but the rest of them, all good. And it's super quick to do it that way. And you don't use that much water. And one thing to consider is I need to expand all of my fields to 6 wide so I can do the water much easier and water more with using less water in the long run. You know, farm efficiency 101. Okay, day 27. Here's the test of if the crops are going to be fully harvestable or not. Oh, yes, I think they are. Oh, I don't know how long the care root's going to take, but I literally just planted it right before the night happened. So some of these things I just threw into the ground. I thought it was wheat, ended up planting other stuff, but you know, whatever. Okay, so we've got some mutated loom bloom and some regular, which is cool. Yeah, the honey bottle is just kind of annoying how long it takes. I don't think we've got any mutated loom bloom, and that's okay. Yeah, and some of these did not grow correctly. Darn. I'm gonna go ahead and pull everything up and resort all this just for my own sanity. It's easier to keep up with, in my opinion. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and, what is the upgrade for that roller? So I can go ahead and make more farm plots. Because that is something that I think is just gonna be a whole lot easier. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and finish this little thing here. I ended up picking up some more of the bottles of the berry juice or whatever it's called. Okay, we've got the left arm, we need the right arm, and then the rest of it. Okay, see if we could do that right quick. Right arm, cool. I guess that was the right leg I just did. Oh my God, I just suck. Yeah, geez, I can't even keep this straight, and it's not that difficult. How sad. Okay, my God. Now we need the right leg and the right arm. No, the left leg and the right arm. Yes, my God. Okay, so now that we've got this sprint in here, can we modify this out? I'm curious if we could take it out. Yes, we can. Okay, that's good. That was the one thing I was really concerned with, like, you know, wasting these things, which would just kind of suck. So let's take this out, modify, take it out, yes, then put it in. I'm gonna go ahead and put both of them in here, and then we can do something else in the other leg or get more sprint. But I'm kind of thinking if we're gonna upgrade to a vehicle, kind of wheeled vehicle thing, I'm not sure if that's gonna be really that necessary. What I would like to do though is go ahead and get the carry capacity, because that's one thing that's just, I know it's always going to be a problem. So we'll just throw that on the arms, and that is going to be really fantastic. Okay, we need some more polyberry oil for the underframe windshield and the engine. Luckily we can get the harvester and the field plow. Go ahead and get that taken care of. I'm not quite sure how to put those on here. Is this, oh good. Oh, this is cool. This is part of the transformation thing. Nice. Oops. So that's gonna be cool. And we can mod it too, obviously. I'm just curious on the armor up on that. No. I guess tool range, tool speed. That would make sense for one of these. Well, I went ahead and did a tool speed and a tool range. I just want to see what they can actually do? What can go on here? That's just armor up. Don't need that for that, I'm thinking. Yeah, both of those only take the armor for what we have currently. Interesting. Let me go get some more. Oh man, that's where all that power limit's been coming in. So now that I've upgraded too much. So I'm exceeding my limit. So let's see, this is the power cost of 5. We don't need that currently. We'll take that one off for the moment. We currently have 29 of 26, so we need to remove one of the things we just had. Sprout cannon? Oh, of course that doesn't cost anything. And this one costs 3 for the spike, which you don't really need the spike right now, I guess. But the whole point is, let me change one of these legs. Yep, and just change the windshield. We don't even need a windshield, quite frankly, right now. So that's the bare minimum we can use. We don't need the sprint right now because we're going to be doing farming. So that should be able to give us enough to do the field plow. Yeah, that's current equipped. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, and I have no idea how this works. And thankfully, because I was getting a bit frustrated because I was trying to get everything planted and new fields like put together before the day expired, but whatever, we're not gonna be able to do that, but that's okay. We just go ahead and harvest everything. Well, here's something interesting. My tool to swipe is no longer working. No, this might have been due to the restart. I suspect it is. It looks like I need to put that modification back on here. Yep, here it is. And that costs 1 power. Now this costs 2 power. No, I'm sorry. Can't read. It costs 3 power. So let's not get into the same problem I had a minute ago. What I'm gonna do is just take off one of the carry capacities. Oh, modify, take off one of them, both of them, I guess, whatever. We could have just also switched that whole arm. Let's just do that. It just makes more sense. It's gonna make us well under the weight limit. How about if I get the correct thing here? No, it was this one. Jeez. Okay. So we've changed out the arm to a regular arm. We can go ahead and do this. I just need to harvest all this stuff so I can reset this field. So that is what I'm going to be working on for the next couple minutes. It shouldn't take that long, especially with the upgrades that I have now. And we could go ahead and start getting these crops better organized. And then we can start taking care of some of these. Yeah, okay, so the day just reset. That's what I was trying to do, and there's no way I could have done it with all the little errors I just had with trying to replant everything else before the day was over. But whatever, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not like we're on a time crunch here. I'm curious, we can expand our perimeter and we've got the stuff to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's gonna increase this quite a bit so we can, yeah, this is nice. So we could actually get this field closer to the water. And then, yeah, I'm gonna run the fields this way. That makes sense. So we can get them watered much faster. And we're gonna have drones and everything else eventually, which is gonna be really nice. So they can start doing certain, like, I think fairly basic things. I'm not sure what that is gonna entail. Oh, look at that. That was cool. Let's watch that animation again. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's nice. So this is really cool. So I didn't need to like remove this entire area here, but I'm going to anyway, just to kind of reset it and get it as close to the water as possible. And then we can start like kind of restart our whole layout. Yeah, look at the turning radius on this thing. This is just ridiculous. I mean, my God. I mean, there's not a tractor on the planet that has a turning radius that is this small that turns like this. So I'm gonna change the direction of these fields as well and go ahead and make them, well, I guess that really depends on how far I can go down. I don't think I can go very far, probably just the grass. Well, I guess it would help if you actually raised the thing. That does make a difference. And you know what? I'm curious, now that the plow is up, does it go, I think it goes faster. So that'd be funny. You actually go across the map to try to find upgrades with the plow because it's faster than how you walk, which, I mean, hell, I guess that also checks out. Okay, so I'm gonna go to creation mode and see how far we can go. I guess you can go all the way down to the water's edge. That's kind of a surprise. And I totally screwed that up. I need to at least make it square with the house. That's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. And you know, this whole time I've had it all counted on how many spots I've had, and I guess that's not necessary. It's just a, I don't know, OCD thing. But we could start right here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and redo this entire farm here. And now this shouldn't take too long at all, which is pretty good. At least it's all gonna be square. which, you know, it was square before. The funny thing that was not square was the little force field thing that we have surrounding us. I thought that was kind of interesting. But I'm going to go ahead and make this kind of large for now, and we'll reset it a little bit. Let me go ahead and play with this, and I will get back with you in just a moment. So yeah, this is a circle. There's no like whatever on it, and that like cardinal directions on here do not add up or line up with, I guess it goes this way against that square. If you're trying to square everything up to the force field, which would make sense because you could maximize your land and like literally farm all the way up to the edge. So I would have to reset this entire thing to go a different direction and go like this, which that kind of sucks, but I'm gonna have to do that because this is gonna drive me crazy. So I'll see you guys in about 4 hours. Well, I have been a bit busy since the last I spoke with you. I have went ahead and rearranged everything. I have decided to go ahead and move all of the edges of the farm fields to the edge of the southern edge of this. I don't even know if it's southern or northern. Who cares? I decided to move it all to the water's edge because I can stand in the water and water most of this area here, which is pretty good. So I can basically fill up, get the farther portion and go down the hill, fill up once, and probably be able to get all of these because I actually did quite a lot of them while I was, you know, tilling it up. Might as well do all of it. And then I can stand in the water and get the closer edge to it. So I think that would actually work out really well. And this is probably going to give us quite a lot of area here. I believe this is 90 plots per. So it'd give us a good, you know, starting point. And if we need to expand this, we certainly can. So as you can see, I've also moved and completely redone the house. So while I was doing it, I was like, hey, you know what? There's a couple things that we need. We went ahead and got the oil presser put back and the flour press and the assembler and all that other stuff. Rearranged the plots, put in a flower bed, a little birdhouse, you know, moved the mailbox, put up some lamps, and we got an outhouse finally. And then, you know, if you're going to go to this, you probably are going to need to wash your clothes afterward. So yeah, we've got all that going. And then we went ahead and decorated the house for a little bit and got a little fireplace and some decorations. I can't make this yet. I'm not really sure what this, it's called a snowmaker. I'm curious if it actually makes snow and just like throws it in the air. That'd be kind of cool. But we need iron electronics and a battery, and I have no idea how to do that. But we did make the calendar finally and get some seating area, made some candles and some other stuff. So that's pretty much where we've been. So that is pretty much catching you up with what I have been doing. As you can see, I've changed the architecture of the house as well. So hopefully get more light into the house during the, you know, any periods of the day. So I'm curious as to know, what do we have to do now? I need to go ahead and plant everything, go ahead and water everything. And that should be a lot faster now that I've got, you know, some of these upgrades. So before we do that though, I want to go see, I guess we should start walking instead of, you know, rolling around on this thing. Let's see what it's going to take for us to get that other upgrade for harvesting, planting, harvesting. What was it? Field harvester. Okay, so we already have that. What I was hoping for was like a big planter. But now thinking about it, that might be a little difficult because being able to plant the seeds and everything else, it's actually very easy right now from the gun. So I don't see how you could do that effectively with a plow. Maybe. We'll see. I'm open for it. So the tool range we do have, I was just thinking that we could get it on this, the resource vacuum and the irrigation hose. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make, well, we'll just make 2 of them, quite frankly. And if we can't use it for this, we'll be able to use it for something else later. So that's not a big deal, I'm assuming. Irrigation hose, modify, yes. Tool range. Oh, okay, we already had some. That's no big deal. And seed shooter, sprout cannon. Let's definitely do it for this so we can hopefully get water from a much farther distance. And it looks like, yeah, putting those on there does take some energy. So all we need to do for that is take this off, and that gives those back, which is nice. Let's see, we should be able to put this arm back on. Yep, perfect. Now we're maxed back out. So that'll work. Pretty cool. So now we can hopefully get all of the seeds back in the ground. Oh yeah, they're over here still. I haven't moved this back. So we're gonna go ahead and plant everything that we can. In this next go round, I'm not really too concerned with how it's going to look, but all of the items that take 4 days, it's going to go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you know, down the row, so we can harvest the stuff that's going to be coming up more often. It's closer to the house, so it's a little easier to harvest more often. And I tried to keep the trees around as much as possible. It seemed like that would have just been a good thing to do for general aesthetics. So let's see. Now that we've got, yeah, this is fairly easy. You can just walk down the row and just plant them all. If you miss a couple, no big deal. But yeah, and this is going to be probably pretty good for whenever we're doing the watering too, since we're so close to the water. So I don't know. I think that's going to work out pretty well. If not, we will adjust. Oh, I need to fix that one. That was an errant little plot there. Can't have that. I'll strive for perfection. Yes, this distance works out pretty well with this. And you know, one thing that's slightly annoying is whenever you're standing next to the force field, it just constantly gives that little hum, which is kind of cool. But whenever you're, you know, trying to record and everything else, and just the whole idea of it just constantly going off whenever you need to stand next to it. So it's something I need to keep in mind because it might be irritating to you as well. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 wheat. We're going to be just shy of doing 2 wheat. How funny. Yeah, I need to make the seed makers again too. But yeah, I think we can make 3 or 4 per, and that way we can just, you know, organize the seeds a little bit better. And if we need to bulk up on more, we can. That's not really a big deal. So we had some of these sprouts, and I can't remember what these sprouts are. I'll go ahead and plant them over here. I think they were from that region way over there. But yeah, let's have a different type of plant around here. And crazily enough, I only have 3 of these types of seeds. I thought I had more than that, but I guess I don't. Wow. And strangely enough, I don't even see the plant. Where did I put it? Because if nothing else, we can at least turn it into more seeds. But that does not look like the case here, unfortunately. I certainly didn't destroy them or anything. Did I shoot them into space? You know, I think I did. Yeah. Oh well. It looks like we need to plant these and just... So everything that's going to be 4 days will be down here. So we need to put in these, yeah, and then the blue one. And I'm just going to have a bed of each. That just kind of makes sense. Well, we're out of them. Never mind. Okay, all of the seeds are in the ground at least. We're going to go ahead and water this and get everything ready for at least the start of the newest harvest. And we've got, I think, everything in the ground that we have found recently, we have planted at least 1 seed of every new plant that we've found recently. Let's see how well this is going to work. Now that we got it farther, I think it's going to work pretty well once you get it down the little trick. And this is a little bit farther off. Once we're over there, it should work a lot better. There we go. Just we can get this area okay. And I can just walk through the water as I'm going to the next one. So that's pretty good. I'm wondering how far I can reach that. Because I did expand that. I can't get far enough, unfortunately. But that's okay. This is what my initial plan was, to just come up here and shoot these couple and then just go back to the water and get the rest of them. So that could work pretty well. Well, excellent. That is so much faster to water these now. That's great. So this whole process is going to be sped up significantly, which is great too. And now that I think about it, we actually did the upgrade for this. Let's see how far away we can get from the water. Yeah, a little bit farther, not significantly so. I have no idea why that tree is at the bottom there. Not real sure, but you know, it doesn't really matter. So we've got, yeah, everything going in our favor at the moment. Let's see what we got here. We've got a couple things that we need to put away with some of these. Let me go ahead and get rid of these. We don't need them. Where did I put them? That was weird. Yeah, get rid of that box and we'll move it over here to an area where we're going to be doing the seeds and everything else. Something more, I guess, convenient. We could put it right here, I guess. That could probably work. Why not? We can always move it again if we need to. So that's for the seeds. Easy to obtain. On cooldown. Well, that's interesting. I don't even know what that means. All I'm trying to do is plant some trees. So I've never noticed this to ever have a cooldown. Oh well, whatever. We can put them back in here and we can worry about it later. So I did go collect another egg. We've got 3 of them total now. We are still not able to unlock that incubator. Let's see what else we can... Okay, never mind. It's another day cycle. So day 33, as you can see, I've spent quite a few days. It was about a week redoing the entire farm. It may not have been that long. It didn't feel that long. Okay, we've got 261 available for polyberries, and we're going to still be short. Yeah, it looks like we're short of everything except for mutated. Well, that's good. At least we can take care of one. That's good. Wasn't a complete waste. But I think the farm's going to be much more efficient now, which will be nice. we can probably progress a lot faster. And I have moved the farm plots a little bit farther apart from each other now. So I'm gonna throw out some seeds. Oh, we've just gotten an upgrade. That was convenient. I guess one's available. Milestone complete. Bronze technology. Well, that's cool. Let's see what we got. I thought we were close to that, but I wasn't quite sure. Okay. Fodder oven. Cool. Furnace. Nice. Can start crafting some different things. Seed shooter lock on. Oh, that's interesting. Irrigation hose hydroblast. Is that farther? Maybe. And water tank capacity. That's good. Bronze bar. Oh, the bronze frame. That's what we needed for the other things that we hadn't unlocked yet. Well, that's cool. So I guess we're gonna have to be in the furnace. We'll probably start making bronze. That makes sense. Farm amount upgrade. Don't know what that means. But we can upgrade all of our weapons too. So that's cool. We've got quite a bit of some upgrades to do. That's pretty cool. Yeah, oh, we can do this one too. Yeah, might as well. Go ahead and supply everything we can. Get it out of the way for now. And while that's shooting off into space, I'm gonna go, ooh, oops. Oh, that's hilarious. Wow. So something to consider with the tractor, whenever I'm collecting it, I don't know. I guess I can make the seeds go down this way, because what I've been doing is coming up and down and then just, rolling back and forth. So I guess if the seed things are over here, it's not really that big of a deal. We could also just put them back here. I mean, does it really matter? It really doesn't. We're going to be collecting them all and shooting them all anyway, so I don't know. I'll figure that portion out after this recording when I'm doing a little bit of grinding. So yeah, this is the bronze frame that we're going to need. So we're going to need to create some of those. Let's just see what it's going to take from the furnace real quick. Put the furnace in the back of the house. That's cool. Why not? Furnace. Here we go. We don't even have anything to do. We don't even have any clay because we have not found sand. And interestingly, I have one piece of sand. I have no idea where it came from. Oh, there's a bronze frame there to make the fodder oven. Cooks resources to create fodder. Oh, I guess for animals. So that's cool. Well, I'm not really sure where the clay is. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, a bracket. That's cool. We can make more of a barn look if we'd like to. I like these doors. These are kind of cool. Oh, nice. Different railings and posts and such. And I like that they have the stair railing. It's surprising how often games don't come with those. Whenever you're, they're allowing you to build all this different stuff, but they don't give you railings for steps. Don't you care about my safety? Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, everything else we've currently unlocked, and I've shown you everything else that was currently available. So right on, I need to go ahead and water this again before the end of this day, and I'm going to do that like right now before I forget about it again. It's because I'd hate for these to go bad. That would really... Low fuel. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I must have dumped that somewhere because there's no way I've gone through 7 of those that quickly. Famous last words. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I don't know where I put it. Well, I am not quite sure what was draining my energy so fast because I had, I think, 6 of these little things on here. And yeah, now I almost have 6 again. That's kind of disconcerting that I went through them so quickly. Because I went through my storage and I can't find them anywhere. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I guess completely redoing your farm because I removed everything on that plot of land with the exception of the shield generator and just replaced it all. And, more measured approach to doing it. Quite literally, I measured everything out. Well, okay. Well, now we've got 7 of these things again. Oh, I guess I missed that one. So I thought we'd have 8, and we do. All right. Well, I think this might be a good place for us to wrap up this episode because we're kind of in between 2 different places here. We've got to harvest quite a bit more of this. I'm going to go on a search for sand. I mean, obviously there's sand right here, but I've not been able to, I haven't seen anything to do with this. That'd be, I can't just collect it here. So yeah, I might do a Google search on that, how to find sand. But either way, we're going to continue on with getting a stockpile of stuff so we could go ahead and get some more upgrades. So I'm going to try to get quite a lot of things stockpiled. So in our next video, we can go ahead and do some major upgrades and then do some more exploring because that was actually a lot of fun the other day with the exception of that cyclone and those boulders into my face. So until next time, thanks so much for joining me today, and we will see you in the next one.